We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. For the hunt, ready. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On play action, Cousins. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. They find some open field here. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's get off the field.
Switch it, hey.
Shit.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. From the 27, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On on second down. It's Elliott, and he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here we go. Pull right in.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 65. 65.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First down, Minnesota.
Pick it up, defense.
Run.
Check 24. Check 24.
Check one. Crouch.
They run again on first down. Cook. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there out of Cook. 52 yards.
52 yards. First down, Vikings.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. From the 24, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle. Made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line.
A gain of 12. First down, Minnesota.
Mike. 55. Record. Check 13. Check 13.
Gun. Here we go.
Here's Madison running on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Hey, let's go.
Check 55. Mike. Get this one. Mike 5-5.
On second and 12, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Hit your hard hit. Any weapon. Wide. Hey,
from the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Cowboys nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
21 yards there on third down. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Elliott running right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys nothing.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
I can't believe they even let you play.
37.
Pack up.
26.
To throw is Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. First down, here's the run with Cook. A gain of 3, second down.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class, and there was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Cook able to escape. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run on first down. Cook. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, this is Madison. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. On third down, they run with Madison. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, box truck, box truck.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And the catch made by Johnson. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Good route here. Hey, can. Go. We don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Herb Smith Jr., his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They keep on the ground with Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Watch twist.
Under.
Check three.
26.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Here's Prescott. that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. Gets around him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
not only time, but they have 3 timeouts to do.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hey, no, he's easy. Hey, Alpha.
Right there. 54.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Cousins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
That's just me and you.
They'll throw again. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to air one out. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Here we go, 46.
Under 10, 10. Much 50.
Throwing, Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's 4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's Elliott. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Gun.
Cousins now from the 50. Lets it fly for Thielen. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, 41 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
Going to run with Madison again. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd
and goal for Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
48's Mike. 48's Mike.
4th down, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, folks.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Wide.
Switch gears.
Quaker Omaha.
Alert 3.
They run it again with Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be dropped at the 30. The shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Check 48's the mark. They can't hang with us. Hey, alert 48.
Hey, we're good.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Hey, team 6.
Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins now. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
At the 20-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Cowboys 17.
On second down, Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 14. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
Gun.
Get him, get him, get him.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First down, Vikings.
The hike. 180.
3 ball.
Hey, can. 6-6. Pull it high. All right, now let me go. What's that?
On first down, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw, Cousins. He's got Smith here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Here we go. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Alert flare.
A first down carry by Elliott. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Prescott down. And that's Elliott, complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year, and the Cowboys cut into that lead. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They run the counter with Cook. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action now. Cousins. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, Delta.
48, Mike.
Throwing. Cousins. And he finds Cook. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And now running right through it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hey, Zoo. Gun.
Let's go, Abby. Let's go.
Cousins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly controlled right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Prescott now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They'll run with Madison. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Tonight's final score, Vikings 42. Cowboys.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.